Where in the world? Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Donnie Dew. I'm Puffer Princess and a 2.5D idol. We're gonna come back. Yeah. I added like 2 more dances I want to do. And let's make like a dance cover of them. Because one of them was like far too short to do like a performance on. So yeah. Today we're gonna be working on my posters for my project. I have to turn in a poster for this like symposium thingy, my mom. And I think it's a kind of thing because like it's preferred to do posters, but because we're mostly liberal arts students, I will say that. We're mostly writing essays, so it's like, how do I present an essay like on a poster? But I mean, I know how to do that, making like a little infographic, but mine in particular, I am doing a little short essay accompanied by a video, which I need to record. I literally just need to record it and it'll be done. I just haven't done it yet. And so I have the blueprints of how I want this poster to make with the words on it. I just need to actually sit down and do it. And then I can like go in later, like rearrange it a couple of bit and include some pictures because I do have character designs. I don't think the character designs are needed personally, unless I make like a character reference sheet. And then what? And then maybe screenshots from my Minecraft world, since that's where the second portion of the thing is, my project is based on. And then my second thing, I need to make a poster. I say a poster. I'm making like a little booklet, a little zine. Based on like race horsing during World War I and World War II, highlighting some horses as well and like the changes in rules. I'm doing it for my other class because we're doing like an essay project, which I love. And we're doing that. And I'm like, I don't want to do a poster because I was like, I don't think I'm creative enough to like build a miniature horse out of thin air right now. Girl, if I had a calico critter, do they have horses calico critters? If I did, I would have brought that. I also was gonna do like baking, but like it seemed like everybody was thinking of doing baking, so it's like I'm gonna make a booklet and I'm gonna show you guys the booklet. And so yes, I think that'd be better anyway, since I feel like having books and stuff like little catalogs, but probably more in the times during that time period, So I feel like that it's gonna look a little more modern because I'm making it. It's not gonna look like a newspaper, but it's okay. Oh my god, I actually have the right thing up. And I'm trying to figure out what account I'm using like real quick at this moment. So this is where we're gonna work on. This is the correct dimensions. They say I put in the wrong, but let's start with colors. I already have all the words I want to do, and I have a color palette. I want it to be blue. I want it to be blue. I also gotta print this. Girl, it's like, what? Girl, I didn't realize. It's like, what? $25? Oh, I never went to a symposium before. I saw a notification on my phone and I just didn't read it. I kind of don't really go to events that often. I mean, I guess I kind of do. But I'm like, okay. I want this to be... What color did I say? I have like the hex codes for all these colors on the side. Let's put it in. It's supposed to be vibrant pink. If this don't look right, girl, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna go straight to Pinterest because I have it open at the top. We're gonna go straight to Pinterest and look for a color palette. Oh, okay. I say it works. Okay, my title might be wrong, but it might be too, not wrong, long. I haven't like nailed on like a title yet. I know, crazy. Like we're like on the final stretch of the project, and I'm like, I don't have a title. I change it every time I submit something. Like, cause we have to like submit multiple things, and I'm like, whatever title I make at this very moment is exactly what we titled. Uh-oh. I forgot I have hotkeys on this thing. Okay. Let's use a caps lock then. Analysis. Ooh. Can it really be that long? Oh, wait. No, because I put in the wrong title. Okay. Girl, I haven't looked at this in like a hot minute. I'm like now looking at it. I don't know when I did this. I think I did this like maybe a week ago or something. Cause it's like, oh, every week we have a little something to work on. It's not like a hard due date, but it's like it gives you an approximate of what should be done. I always try to just get it done because I have the same professor for the exact for another class. So I'm like, let me just turn it in early so I can focus on your other assignment too. Why is it so tiny? Get right there. Come on, just get you. And then this is gonna be my secondary color. It's another pink, of course. My main color palette is like pink as in charcoal and white as a highlight. What hex code did I put? FDF7 E8. Ooh, might be too light. But I like the blue. Maybe I should go for a darker blue. I like the blue. Cause it would. It's kind of hard. I think I'm gonna change the. Oh, not what I meant. Not what I meant. I think I'm gonna change the pink then. Cause I personally like to see high contrast, and I think obviously this is a little too difficult to see. If I make it darker but not charcoal, this, I think that's cute. And what's my title? This, I don't know. I kind of just don't. I have like a grand idea when I make projects, because I feel like as I continue the project, it changes. And I'm like, whatever I can get it to be at the end, as long as I'm happy. Like, I still have to finish my other one, the Alice in Wonderland. And I just need to honestly record and edit. Well, I say that. Finish the backgrounds. I have 2 backgrounds for sure that's done. I want to have a train background, but I'm like, it's not really looking out right. And I'm like, I really don't want to do it again. You know? Design. Okay, I have to like keep in mind how big these fonts are. Now I'm looking at it. I think I should do MLA style, right? Let me Google. What's the font for like MLA? MLA font sizes. Cause this is gonna be like a giant post. I seen it and it is big. Okay, well I don't care about that. I need the title. Or should I do APA? What's time I've been writing on this whole time? I think MLA. I mean, they won't know if I do APA. Oh, let's do APA. Because it's for a research essay. I think APA works. No, man, I literally just want to know what's the fonts for like titles and stuff. Like, I don't want to open Google Docs just to figure out what size fonts they use. Or do Canva just have it? And I'm just ignoring it. But I do. Heading is huge. But I feel like that's so big. Hold up. Okay, never mind. Guess we're gonna have to open a Google Docs and figure out what in the world. Cause like I'm looking at it and I'm like, I just need to know just a little bit what size font is what. Ooh, girl. Squish, squish, squish. Yeah, this is a long doc. Oh my goodness. There we go. Let's see. Title. We could do heading. Heading is size 20. Ooh, girl, I'm like in hundreds. I feel like that's too small. I'm looking at it. I was like, I think. Okay. Let's see. Let's Google. What size font should I use? Should I use for a symposium poster? Yeah. Oh, some people have. Why did I use the templates they provided? Huh? Title is 50. Title is 50. Girl, still less than what I had. Wait, who is saying this before I even click it? Who's the source? UC Davis? Names, affiliations, 40. Abstracts and other text is 24 to 36. I don't know. Well, we'll just make it. And then when I go to class, my teacher can say something. Group. Okay, and the other texts are 24 to 36. They didn't say I can use the font I'm using, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Ooh, girl, we may have to zoom in. I want to do 2 columns. Hold up, let me like switch it over. So this, what are you? You're 40? We're 41. Good job. Come on. We're gonna like zoom in. I need to make 2 columns. Scooch to the side. And 1 column. You're still gonna be 40? I'll just follow whatever they have. 42? You're gonna be 42. And what's the next number? 56? Just directs you over. And it just puts you in the Nope. Where's the center of the page? Where? Huh? Oh. Girl, I'm like looking at this and I was like, what am I reading? Okay, well now as a team, this is like the hardest thing I do when I make these posters. I don't know what to call this. This is the essay. That's your temporary title. And then scooch over. I don't think that's how you spell essay. There we go. You can go tentatively here. And then you're going to be duplicate. And then you're going to go... Oh, it's relatively right here. And then you're gonna go ARG. There you go. And then underneath it is the text. I have to need a duplicator. Cause like I'm looking how I like divided up. Get under here. Historical construction of darkness. We're talking like darkness and stories. You know how to go like things that like stands out in children's fairy tales. But like, oh, I don't think I particularly would want my kid to be reading about that. You know, like how in what is it called? The Grimm Brothers Cinderella, how the stepsisters like cut off their feet in the end. Won't cut their feet on to like fit in the shoe. Yeah. So that's what I'm like talking about, like when I'm in darkness. Let's see. Okay. And then historical context of darkness. And I always just put like all my stuff there. What am I doing? Oh, scooch. Okay, well, give me a hot minute. I need to take a little break real quick. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. And what's this color gonna be? I said charcoal. And then this gotta be like size 24. 3A. Oh, that's a pretty easy number. This looks nothing like charcoal. I'm gonna be honest. But okay. When I think charcoal, I guess I think more brown. I don't think charcoal looked like that in real life. But you know, it's okay. Fairy tales. Or not. This is all based on like my essay I've written, but it's on like poster format and what like seems professional enough. Cause like basically saying that even though people think, oh wow, these children's stories are getting like really dark now, children's stories, with like parentheses. But it's like children's stories has always been like that. At least stories that like were like targeted for kids. I always feel like I'm putting their thing wrong. Grimm Brothers. But it's like back then, at least for these two writers, since they're like relatively the same time period, I will say, post 1800s. They do reflect like the morality or like a form of, I don't know how to explain it. Like teaching social norms. Like you look at what's it called? You look at what's it called? Girl, I'm like, okay, we're both trying to figure this out. What's it called? Little Red Riding Hood. There you go. Like his version of the original version of Little Red Riding Hood, she didn't live. I think she died. But for Hans Christian Andersen, she lived after like the intervening of, I believe, I might be getting the versions mixed up. The intervening of like the hunter. So it's like this change was meant to show like teaching, and it's like these just the fairy tales that we know now were purposely chosen to stand the test of time. There we go. I was like, what's the saying people use? Because it's like there must be tons of fairy tales out there, or tons of folklore. I included folklore, but I was mostly talking about fairy tales because of these two people. I keep forgetting I have hotkeys on this thing. My bad. There might be like tons out there that we don't know about. We can literally tell that because of colonization and whatnot. But, you know. But there must be like many more that we don't know about that lost or like died out. Or we're like, they lost a battle against their adaptation. Because I'm pretty sure I heard many of adaptations for Cinderella. And I know way better than the Disney version. Because I don't think I didn't watch most of the Disney princess movies. I watched, what did I watch? I watched Tangle, of course. I watched Princess and Frog. Frozen, I watched that in second grade. I don't know how my teacher did it, but he put it on for us. Oh, there we go. And then I watched like, what's it called? Get this a little off the edge. Scooch you. And scooch you. Do I want this to be middle? Why did it get bigger? What happened? You see? Okay, I don't know. Okay, I think it's just gonna get bigger each time. I don't know. Ooh. Wait. Okay, wait. I don't like what I just did. Wait a minute. There we go. Let's group this and then duplicate over. So like I really didn't know most of the fairy tales and stuff. I think I mostly I'll look up for it. Oh, this is a continuation of it. Okay, hold on. Why did I make it like that? Okay, there. Put you to the side. Scoot you just a little over. I don't want you on the edge. Put... Why is this 42? That's why this looks so weird. I'm thinking about this now. I don't know. I could put this in white. How would that look? If I put this in white? No. You're the same size. Oh, well, it's hard to see, so we won't do that. Okay, so you won't be white either. How many hotkeys do I have? Oh my gosh, I don't use none of these. Cause like I'm like testing it, I was like, oh, what does this one do? I was mostly not watching. Well, yeah. I was watching like Ever After High, Monster High, Barbie. Girl, I can specifically remember 2 Barbie movies. Like, I can't say our collection was expansive. Girl, them things are cemented in my head. Like, my mom's favorite, at least, she says it's Barbie and Princess Charm School. And many a times have I watched that more than mine. My favorite is, well, I liked both, 2 of them. What's it called? Oh my gosh, Barbie and a Mermaid Secret? No, Mermaid Tale? There it is. And then Barbie and a Fairy Secret. Those were my favorite, you know? I can't tell you if they're based on a fairy tale or not. Them 3 movies. I don't know. But I think that was cool. Also, I like the Nutcracker one. I also love that one too, just because it was not Nutcracker. Well, yeah, the Nutcracker one and the Christmas Carol one, just because it took place in December, my birthday month. And so I was like, oh my gosh, yay. But I also like was looking at books that what is this? That will like talk about fairy tales. Girl, to me, they're easy, guys. But so I'm like, yes. I was like, yeah, I really like all this, and sometimes I will like purposely seek out the fairy tales themselves. I just didn't know where to, because girl, I was scared of clicking any link online, and so it's like I guess I would just have to watch videos until I found Gutenberg Project. I didn't find it. I took a theater class. It's supposed to be intro to theater. I wound up taking she combined 2 classes because it was like missing a professor. It was theater appreciation. That's what I was taking, not intro to theater. And then acting 1. It became an acting class because of that. Let's change this to you. And then change these to size 24. Next you should be. Whoa, that is a difference. We can do 30, they said. I feel like 24 is way too small. I feel like that's better. Whoa. Well, no, I found this poster. I see why it's small. And then let's put the second section. and changing interpretation of time. And we have like one more section. I think it all fit. We can like for this column, we can like tamper with the font size after. Change interpretations over time. Get a little bigger. Why do you act like y'all can't do that? Is y'all too close? Okay, well let's zoom in because I can't see. I feel like making it digitally is like messing with my idea what in the world and how big this thing is. But I have no else idea how in the world it would be made. So it's like, you're gonna have to take what I can give you. But I think the thing that inspired me to do this, besides me actually having to pick a project that was related to my major, which it wound up becoming two of them. I was like getting more obsessed with Minecraft ARGs, but I was kind of moving away. I still like the ones where they like solve it and whatnot, like I guess the traditional ARGs, just in Minecraft. But more where people are like doing it's kind of like a mystery storytelling type-esque thing. I literally cannot find this one YouTuber. I was like, I really like his work, and it was like the only video on his account, and I can't find him anymore. I'm pretty sure I follow him, so somewhere amongst the 200 people I follow. And so I was like, yeah, I want to do something like that. But obviously, if you do like a thing like this, it had to be accompanied with an essay. And I was like, wow, I don't know how many people know what in the world I'm talking about. So why not make an essay talking about my argument, saying, can this thing really be manufactured and whatnot? And like why these things are changing over time and whatnot. And then actually do it. Take in like I originally was gonna make a fairy tale like that gave them vibes of like Grimm Brother or Christian Andersen. I like Christian Andersen's writing a little more than a Grimm Brothers. But I was like, no. So when I did one, I was looking through like both of them, since they were the two authors I was really talking about, since there's such big things in Western children's fairy tales. Since I didn't know this, girl, I don't know why, I never thought to look where they were from. I should have been knew that. But I was like, oh, in Europe. Girl, I can't italicize? Why can't I? Oh, we're gonna have to bold you. Maybe a cream color? This may work? There's nothing special about this. It's just, I need to like italicize it. And how am I spelling Coraline? I know I'm missing the S. I was like, why am I spelling whimsy wrong? Did I spell discipline wrong? Girl, I'm not even the right thing. Well, tell me. Hold up. There you go. Well, at least that's been corrected. It won't let me italicize. So weird. Maybe a blue. I say this. Okay. So I was like, yeah, let's do all this. So wait, hold up. How was I explaining this? Oh yeah, I didn't want to make the fairy tale, so I was like, let me explore through these two authors. Not realizing that they're two different countries, slightly different time periods. So I was like, you know what? Europe, post 1800s. Yeah. They give me a big wiggle room. So I was like, that's exactly what we're focusing on. But then I was like, well, I'm also talking about the guy that made it. What's it called? Coraline? Where's he from? I don't know. We're also talking about Walt Disney. We're gonna focus on him. And I was like, okay. Am I just putting letters up in here? So I was like, okay, we need to like, let's just say the Western world post 1800s. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I can claim where I want to end it at. So as I was looking for a fairy tale, because I was like, I don't really want to like make a whole story, even though I literally have two characters now, Clementine, Marjorie. Yeah. I was like, let's use those characters. So I don't have to like make a whole story. Like kind of just find a story that works best with it, as well as Dottie. Yeah, because I was like, it's a Minecraft, and the only skin I have is Dottie's. Really. So I was like, we're gonna use what I got. Am I? Oh. Fantasy. Nope. And so I found the Grimm brothers. Girl, this black. Well, it's not black. I was like, this is not looking like how I'm thinking it is. So I'm using the Grimm brothers, the glass coffin. I thought, wow, I thought it'd be a nice little thing. Cause you hear Grimm brothers, glass coffin, you think of Snow White. It's not Snow White. It's a different story. And unlike the story where it's like pretty point blank clear that this wizard type guy, I kind of forgot the story a little bit. He trapped this princess in like in a glass coffin, tried to make her family, her whole kingdom like the size where she could hold in her hand, and turn her brother into a stag beetle. I think it's a stag beetle, or maybe I'm just adding that extra part and it's not actually a stag beetle. Let's zoom in. Scooch. I'm gonna get a little faster with this. Scooch. And so it's pretty clear that the beetle asked this like Taylor dude. He was like, "Oh, come here, come do this thing. Open the coffin." Turns out he gotta go fight this wizard now that turned into a bull. And it's like, can a Taylor guy, poor Taylor, fight this bull to save this kingdom? He did. So it's like, it's kind of a nice story. It's like, wow. However, in mine, it's gonna be unreliable narrators in it. Let me see. I must stop clicking. So both of them are gonna be stuck in this world, and there's weird stuff happening in this world that doesn't normally happen in Minecraft. Like the mobs stop spawning. It's gonna be like on, I want to say hard mode, but I'm gonna have it where the mobs don't spawn. And oh wait, fatal. And it's like time has stopped, and one person, she's like, oh, Marjorie, she's like, we should, one of them, I don't remember who I said, and it's like, how did I write this? Because reading it in the beginning, one of them seems like saying like, oh, don't open a coffin, do not open a coffin regardless of what happens. And but then swooshed over, but over time, it's like she changed her. Wait, did I get who wrote? Oh, I messed up on who wrote the Little Red Riding Hood. Oopsie. But I meant what I meant. Oopsie. I don't know why I thought Christian Anderson wrote it. Okay. And then the other one, she's gonna start out, don't trust that person. It's just a bunch of lies. But I was like, why should I trust you? However, both of them are like, if I don't do this thing, maybe I disappeared, or I did it and maybe I disappeared. I don't know. You have to make a choice yourself. And so you're collecting these books out of order, putting them in order, trying to figure out what option do you do. And it's like, okay, I want to get rid of this. Do I open a coffin and unleash this thing I have never seen in my lifetime onto the world that's already being ruined? Or do I keep it locked up when it could potentially save the world? I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Make it a little easier on me when I had to write this. Little Mermaid. I would like to say I watched The Little Mermaid, but I do not think I actually watched it all the way. Like, I don't really know. We were mostly watching, what's it called? Pixar movies. Or, we did watch Disney movies, just not the princesses that often. Bear, Brother, Bear. That, it always has a heart in my, it always has a place in my heart. I may not know the title correctly, but I love it. I think it's like such a wonderful thing. Now, part 2, I don't really remember what happens. I honestly don't know. And then Coraline. But I do use Coraline in the in the essay as like, it breaks away from like the traditional like sort of things you have, but it still follow like the traditional framework of the story, navigating through the themes of anxieties that adults have and how children can, like, you know, begin to understand how to work through those anxieties. Because it's not like, yeah, we all have anxieties about the world, and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't want them to do this, I don't want them to suffer through this, but it's like, how can I tell a child, like, these concepts, these over complex things, when I myself barely understand? So you try to put it in, like, a way best understandable for them. That's why, like, with books, there's like, oh, you know, with libraries, it's like, libraries don't really have library have banned books, because it depends on what is really banned. Oh, I think this came out really nice. I have room for pictures. We can. Okay. Now let's take this and duplicate it. Alright, show over here. Scooch. Okay, I was like, is this really how it looks? Good. Scooch, scooch, scooch. Zoom in, zoom in. Like, I think, yeah, most books, but it's not, depending on what the book is. Like, should be able to be read by, like, everyone, right? It's just, is someone like the appropriate age group to read it? Like, one, I didn't even understand what's being read. Because it's like, okay, at some point, kindergartner just won't understand something. And it's like, okay, we gotta break this down. We gotta, like, build up from the beginning, you know? Demonstration. Scooch. Okay, I was like, why are you taking forever? Where's center? I didn't mean that. I meant the group. Move as one. Are you like the same line? Okay. You look about the same. I'm gonna believe you. Oh wait, that's a little gap it had. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say it's an ARG if I'm the one recording it and I know the answer. Like I had to, cause okay, as I was showing like my roommate some of this stuff, I got like lost in the world, cause like I use certain structures and I was like, I don't want to build everything from the ground up. And in Minecraft Bedrock, oh crap, hit my mic. In Minecraft Bedrock, so I'm like, okay, let me use what the world has. Why? I'm like, I planned it out before the world. Girl, I'm spawning a jungle biome, and I was like, wow, okay. I was like, I'm not doing this over. We're already here. I like found a perfect cave, literally right next to spawn. It's like a what's that right next to spawn, or did I move there? Girl, right next to where I made spawn. Yeah. There's like I forgot what it's called. The Hidden Palace? Forbidden Fortress? Something where like the wardens really be at. Like right there. That's not where the things are taking place. It's taking like place right a few blocks before. You can use that as like a little nod to like, oh, since it is based on a thing with a castle, you can like, oh, this is the castle where the princess used, or the thing with a sleeper used to live at. Can I double it? Because last time I tried that, it didn't work. Yeah, I thought so. So, but that's not really important. And then I had to like make a fake void hard because girl, I hit bedrock the moment I got there. And I was like, girl, how low on the ground am I? Then I slipped through bedrock on accident and I was like, oh, I've never done this before in my lifetime. I didn't know you could do that, you know? And then I built a house, which I was looking up like tutorials for everything because I was like, I want to build like a cute house, you know. And so I built a house, and then over top of it, I just added like a bunch of spider webs. Then I was like, I needed to Well, it wasn't supposed to be a house per se. Let me finish my last sentence. I put spider webs on it because I was like, it need to look ruined, but it wasn't supposed to be a house. It was supposed to be like a tower, like a ruined tower. It's supposed to show like someone been lived here. But girl, I like looking up tutorials, and apparently they have some. There's tutorials out there. It was just hard for me to understand, so I was like, I'm not gonna look at that. So I was like, let me just build this little cottage. It looked cute. It looks a little nice. It stands out on purpose, because none of the wood that is used in the house is anywhere near the spawn. So it's like this person. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Orange Bacon VR, for the raid. I'm just, where am I even writing? I am just, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm doing my essay, like, essay poster. Oh, yes. I'm doing my poster I'm supposed to do for, like, a little presentation. And, trying to show how Minecraft was, like, scientific in a way. How was you doing today? Where in the world was I writing? I really lost where I was at. How modern media. Okay, well, I was spelling the wrong word. That's why I'm never even gonna find it, ever. Oh, yeah, thank you. I am just, I don't know, I'm explaining how in the world, how I'm making a Minecraft ARG and how that connects to the history of, like, the history of, like, children's fairy tales and whatnot, and why it changes the interpretation. That's not what I meant to do. How it connects to the, like, changes in, like, stories. Like, why stories need to be darker than what it was, and it's not. Aw, thanks. Have fun too. Okay. I know I keep messing up. Why in the world is this messing up? Okay. There we go. Core design elements. I would say for the house, it was pretty easy. And then as I was getting lost in the world, because I built everything with a map, but I was like, obviously during the ARG, I can't use the same map. Let me just restart all of it. There we go. So it's like, how in the world am I gonna get around here? Girl, I had to put coordinates all over the place so I can like figure out where and what I'm going. But even though I'm going in the right location for everything, it's like I'm going to get all the like books and stuff in the wrong order, which was unintentional. But I was like, oh, I think this might help out in the end. That's nice about that. Because if I'm already getting books that like contradicts what each other say by two different authors, which I did title them, I didn't put them like in order, like numbers. They do have names, and they do have the authors, but it's like I have to sit down and figure out when in the order did these events take place, and who do I want to trust more. And I am taking a bit of time between actually making it, because I think I made it like about a week or two ago, so it can like be fresh in my mind when I do it, so it'll be like more of a new experience. So one structure I needed was like an abandoned tower. Couldn't do that, so I just built a cottage. It looked cute. I also needed like a glass coffin. Minecraft glass doesn't really work that way, you know what I mean? I wanted to have, obviously the blocks work that way, the glass blocks, but I wanted like thinner ones, and the panes wasn't gonna cooperate the way I thought it would be. So I don't know what I'm reading. I need to go back and change some of these words to be the right colors. Ooh, dusk. So I used pale oak instead, and I think that was perfectly fine since the house I built used pale oak too, so it do have that like connection. So the next structure I needed was like a ruined village, which I knew it existed, the ones with like the zombies and whatnot. Couldn't find one nearby. Like the nearest village was like thousands of blocks away, and it was just a regular one. Girl, is that the truth? So I just killed all the villagers in the area. Once I learned that command, girl, it was easy. And how do I spell this? I spelled this before. And so then I kind of just went around and I looked up pictures like what it should look like, because I haven't seen a ruined village in like a hot minute. So I went around messing with it, and then I put one of the books in one of the houses, just a random house, because I was like, you look good. And that came out pretty nice, since it was a big village. And I was like, whoa. I felt a little bad for having to kill like everything in the area, because I was like, y'all are on my way. So I added some zombie villagers afterwards. Because I was like, maybe that will like make it better, in my opinion. I feel like doubling this make it. You have to double it. Why it look like that? I feel like, I don't know. Maybe I don't have to figure it out in the end, or maybe it's the font I'm using. Interpret. So then I added zombie villages. I don't know if they're still alive because I just put them in there, and you know some of the houses have holes in them and whatnot. I'll figure out when I get there. I haven't looked at them in forever. And the next thing I need to do was have, it's only like 4 structures, about 4 or 5, 4.5 I'd say. And the next one would probably be like, what's it called? The stronghold. But I needed the library in it, because I remember they have libraries. Apparently, they are not as easily discoverable as I thought they would be. I thought they were pretty common. No. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I see how it is. So I just took I went to the stronghold and I went straight and built in a library that purposely sticks out, because on the ground I put grass blocks, and it looked like a little like bookshop. And it's like, this obviously stands out. I was like, why this thing here? Because it doesn't look like the normal library. You know, like the normal library that'd be in a stronghold, and it doesn't look like a library per se. It looks like a bookshop. Who is up here in the stronghold selling books? Okay, now let's go back and color these words what they should. You know, for me to have Pinterest up, I didn't even like attempt to open it. Like, I think we need to close these ones. Because I have like extra tabs open, because I was like, oh, if I finish too early, I can like do my other project. No, we're working on this one. And then contradictory interpretations. I think the colors came out well. I personally like them. And then I always do this. I didn't think that would kind of be like a horizontal kind of fashion. I think it's pretty cool. I think we can make it a little bigger, or like I can definitely put pictures here. Yeah, I could put pictures here. But this is a work in progress. Ooh. Zoom out, zoom out. Alright. What's the distance between you guys? 1.1 something. You're not gonna tell me? Good enough, I suppose. Then we're gonna need two more sections, but they're very small, so it's not like just like the biggest one. Is this one in the center? I don't even think it's in the center. It is. What am I saying then? No. I'm like looking, I was like, why did I put so many why did I put so many like sub things? But I really do like categorizing things. Like my Google Drive, I make sure it's organized. Everything is in a folder. Everything is in like named and labeled. Don't look at my like art files though on my iPad. None of them have names. Okay, we still need this. The ARG, yeah. It's like this ARG, the reason why I'm making it, percent, it, as we were going, let me finish the sentence. It functions as a living case study of this essay. Because it's showing the very thing I was talking about, how new anxiety, I can't even say it's new anxieties, it's new ways to interpret these same old anxieties that reflects the time period in which we are now in. I'm not sure. Well, not me saying that. You can even look at Bambi. When Bambi came out, girl, I don't know. You can look at Bambi and see that in the books they now have, Disney sell books, I know. Girl, it's been a couple years. I don't know if they still have them. But they removed, at least in the book, they don't show, I need to know what in the world the movie looked like again. But they don't really show or kind of the scene, at least the book I was looking at with some second graders, that Bambi's mom died. What am I looking for? You. So it's this is a change, because it's you can know what happens without explicitly seeing. Who number do I have, girl? You can know what happens in a story without explicitly saying it. Is this black? I want dark gray. What color are you? Are you black or gray? You're gray. Okay. Without explicitly saying it. Do it help sometimes? Absolutely, because I will sit there confused sometimes. I'll be honest. Well, girl, we spelled the word wrong. Let's ask how I spelled this. Cotton? Well, struck. I'm watching Girl From Nowhere. What episode am I on? I'm on episode 5. I'm at the end of episode 5. Literally about to hit the credits. And I feel like I have an idea what is talking about, what is critiquing. But I feel like I don't know. Sometimes things are too subtle, for everybody in the world. So I try to go find people that are talking about it, and I was like, oh, I can see how you got to this conclusion. Thank you. I don't know if I truly believe it, but yay. Or sometimes it's too long and girl, I'm just gonna look at your conclusion and I'm like, okay. Cause I was like literally, I'm like in the midst thinking about rewatching all of Attack on Titans, and I was like, maybe I should, you know? But I was like, you're also like 3 weeks left of school. Maybe you should finish school first. Did the video end? What? Oh, now what I meant to click. I'm gonna click a different song. Girl, I'm like questioning how I even access my own thing. Okay. No, we all see now the music. Happy. And I'm like, yeah. So, you know, obviously, social media do their thing. If you're looking at one thing, they kind of like, the algorithm like build it up, showing you like more of it. And someone's like, I saw the video title, and then I stopped because I was like, oh girl, it's a long thing. I got to stop watching it so I can study, of course. But it's like what is it saying? Technically, it's like a corrupted version of like the story of the Bible or something. And I'm sitting there, just reading the title alone. I sit there and think, wow, what could this mean? I didn't read the description either, and I'm like, I can see how you think that way. The thing I jumped to immediately, thinking that, knowing enough about the Bible, I say, I know more of the situation surrounding it rather than it itself. So I'm thinking about, I was like, yeah, I'm thinking the Last Supper. If, in this situation, Aaron got betrayed by his close friends in his mind. But I was like, you can look at it that way. And then I stopped thinking about it. Because I was like, oh, wait, no. And I was like, I could totally see that. And I was like, I don't know which part of the Bible you'd be looking at since it's long. But I was like, yeah. Like a lot of stories, you know, take inspiration from like different parts of the Bible, different stories and whatnot. And I like looking at it because I was like, oh, let me like get a little sneak peek of what I could expect to happen by looking at the like what inspired you. You know what I mean? And what's that called? And it's like you can kind of get like a little hint on something. What I think I saw it recently, maybe. I don't know. I was like, I'm not gonna sing because I'm not sure exactly if I seen it or I'm making it up. But like this is a painting. It's not the Bible. The painting where like man and God touch fingers. You know what I mean? If you change who's like reaching out, to like touch fingers, but keeping their position the same, it's like, whoa, this God is reaching out to humanity. Why? And this human isn't. Make you think like that. But you also do this like any text, really. It doesn't really have to be like the Bible. It could be like literally anything. I like it when it's like connected to some type of like culture or religion, because it's like, oh, let me learn more about these people and this situation and how did we get here. And it's like, yay. Also looking at like languages is pretty fun. Basically, how did I even get here? I don't know. But this project was pretty fun. That's what I can tell. I think my projects on the outside looks absolutely like, what in the world are you telling me? How can you confidently say, as an English and history major, you're going to use Minecraft to tell a story? Well, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. You just gotta sit down and give it some time. This confusion going like, why in the world would you do this with this? It should make you think, make you stop long enough to want to know more. Okay, and then let's pop in real quick and change some of the words. Cause this is kind of how I write, except for when I write my notes. I use pink, like a bright pink, pale pink, and black. And occasionally a blue and purple if I'm like going edit. I absolutely hated taking Cornell notes. Because that was not the note style I like doing, not the note style that helped me. And I'm like, you're messing it up. So after I turn it in, I'll just delete it. Because I did digital notes, but I like handwritten it on my iPad in GoodNotes. Because I was like, I like how I do it. Just because you guys don't like it doesn't mean it's not working for me. Like, isn't that the purpose of Cornell Notes? Have you find your perfect style to help you better remember. Not just do whatever the teacher says. That's my opinion. Why this matters. Girl, I'm surprised I sat here for this long talking. just about this and going like in circles. I hope this like clarify wonder what I meant. Oh my god, I did like my presentation last Friday. Well, the Friday before this. Like the Friday after Easter. the way I'm trying to explain this. And I did my presentation about Alice in Wonderland and anime and like VTubers and stuff, whatnot, and mangas, yeah. And girl, they took pictures because, you know, it's a school, and it was like, oh, sign this media release form if you want to have your pictures out. And I was like, sure. You know, I look good. I wore makeup that day. Yeah, girl. Why all the photos where it look like I'm not, or I'm like caught off guard? It looked like I don't know what I'm talking about. It looked like I'm stressed about what I'm even looking at. And I was like, ugh, what is that? And I'm like, Lord have mercy. Why many a times did I look at the board? Like, I was literally standing in front of the laptop, controlling it. I was like, is this working? Working enough. Okay. The 19th. We're like at the end. So... So it's like pretty good. I like digital. I like ARGs. I like seeing people solve stuff, people theorizing, people talking about medias, like media I may never like watch myself. And I think, yeah, I really love this. Like I watched Devilman Crybaby. I don't think I ever watched it again. Girl, that thing made me so sad. But I would gladly watch a video of someone talking about it and like deconstructing and whatnot. I'm like, yeah. Or like when someone talks about like a movie that I never watched in my lifetime, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and watch this whole video about this movie I have never seen in my lifetime or know who these people are. But it's like, it's pretty cool. Like absorbing that knowledge is nice. I like doing it because it's fun. Okay, we're like, dude, this might be a part 2 project. I I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to change my thumbnail for this video because I was like racehorses. Yeah, no, didn't even talk about that at all. That, ugh. And then now I think I literally just need to like add pictures, which I have to go in my Minecraft world and screenshot them. Historical. It is ongoing picture, no, participant. Is that nice spell ongoing? No, because there's a O in there. Like, this isn't a stagnated thing. This is something that will always happen. And it's nice to see how people reinterpret the same things humans been dealing with to fit the modern, well, I guess their present time. Can't even say modern. Their present day. What do you say after modern? Because, like, I'm, like, thinking, I was like, there will be a world after us, right? What do they call that time period? Why is this off? But yeah, fit into the thing. Ooh. Wow, this is like the bare bone. Got all the words on here. Just needs to like, I don't know, make it look pretty. That's for another time. Oh my god, I keep doing this. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much. See you Thursday. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do something, of course. Anyways, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.